UK exodus hits record high. The headlines are everywhere, splashed across front pages and lighting up social media feeds. It's impossible to ignore. More people are leaving the UK than ever before, and the numbers just keep climbing. It's the kind of headline that makes you spill your tea, a national disaster in Britain. For many, it's a shock, but for others, it's the confirmation of a growing fear that the country they call home is changing, and not for the better. Another family packs up their lives, another skilled doctor heads for Australia, another graduate books a one-way ticket out. It's not just a trickle. It's a steady stream of talent, ambition, and hope flowing out of the country. This isn't just a few disgruntled folks. It's a measurable, deeply worrying trend. A brain drain so severe, it's like the country's intelligence is leaking out. Classrooms are emptier, offices quieter, and the future feels a little less certain with every departure. The government might distract with shiny new policies, but the numbers don't lie. People are leaving, and not just for a holiday. Behind every statistic is a story. A family saying goodbye, a professional seeking better prospects, a young person chasing dreams elsewhere. The UK, once the land of Shakespeare and the Beatles, is now famous for its departure lounge. Airports have become the new symbol of British ambition, not for travel, but for escape. The people leaving are the very ones a healthy country needs: doctors, engineers, entrepreneurs, young families. These are the builders of tomorrow, and their absence leaves a gap that's hard to fill. Why? Because the promise of a good life in the UK is starting to look like a scam. Rising costs, stagnant wages, and a sense of being left behind are pushing people to look elsewhere for hope. People are looking at their paychecks, their rent, the state of their local hospital, and the math tells them to get out. The numbers just don't add up anymore, and dreams of stability feel out of reach. This isn't about a lack of patriotism, it's about a lack of options. For many, leaving isn't a choice made lightly. It's a last resort, a leap of faith in search of a better future, somewhere beyond the horizon. The UK's postcard image, red buses, historic pubs, and the ever-present royals, paints a picture of timeless charm and tradition. But beneath this glossy surface, there's a different, more complex reality unfolding, one that rarely makes it onto the front of a souvenir card. Behind the familiar facade, moving vans line quiet streets, and tearful goodbyes echo through Heathrow's terminals. These scenes tell the real story. The UK is quietly bleeding its people, as more and more families and individuals decide to leave behind the life they know. It's not just the super rich fleeing taxes or seeking luxury abroad. It's skilled workers, nurses, engineers, tech developers, ordinary people who keep the country running, now voting with their feet and searching for better prospects elsewhere. Nearly 400,000 people left last year alone. Nurses, exhausted by relentless shifts and underfunded hospitals, engineers frustrated by stagnant wages, and graduates eager for opportunity are all part of this growing wave. Young families, squeezed by sky-high childcare costs and crumbling schools, are packing up for new beginnings in places like Canada or New Zealand, hoping for a brighter future for their children. Graduates, burdened with student debt and facing stagnant wages, are heading to Berlin, Amsterdam, or Dubai, places where their skills are in demand and their ambitions can take flight. For many, the UK simply doesn't offer the opportunities they crave. The UK invests years and resources into educating its youth, only to wave goodbye at graduation as they set off to build their futures elsewhere, taking their talents and dreams with them. The backbone of the country, its everyday workers, families, and young professionals, is quietly slipping away, leaving behind empty offices, shuttered shops, and playgrounds that grow quieter each year. This exodus isn't sudden or dramatic. It's a slow, steady erosion of hope, a gradual departure that's easy to overlook until the effects are impossible to ignore. Today, the UK's greatest export isn't a product or a brand. It's its own people, quietly leaving in search of a better life, and taking a piece of the nation's future with them. Let's talk about the economy, the cold, hard reality of your bank account. Stagnant wages and soaring costs have left millions running in place since 2008. Basics like food, energy, and transport are now luxuries for many. Energy bills force people to choose between heating and eating. a phrase that shouldn't exist in a wealthy country. Public services are crumbling. NHS waiting lists are endless. Schools are underfunded. Councils are bankrupt. People pay taxes but get less in return. It's like paying for premium, but getting the free version. This cycle of low pay, high costs, and failing services is a trap. You work hard but can't get ahead. One bill wipes out your savings. The system isn't just failing, it's broken. When the system fails you over and over, it's only logical to look for a new one. That's why so many are leaving. London, the glittering heart of the UK, or so it seems. For the global elite, it's a playground of luxury penthouses and Michelin stars. But for most, it's a city of overpriced flats, endless commutes, and shattered dreams. Teachers, nurses, and police can't afford to live where they work. Young professionals share cramped flats into their 30s. Families are pushed to the outskirts. Extreme inequality breeds resentment and hopelessness. London has become a symbol of a broken social contract. Rewards funneled to the top, struggles left for everyone else. The people who make the city run are being priced out. No wonder so many are leaving the playground altogether. The UK housing market isn't just a crisis. It's a full-blown horror show, and it's getting worse every year. For millions, the dream of having a place to call your own is slipping further and further out of reach. Affordable homes are vanishing, and the few that remain come with eye-watering price tags. Even so-called affordable options are out of reach for most people, especially first-time buyers and young families. For many, homeownership is no longer a realistic goal. Instead, a lifetime of renting is becoming the new normal. People are forced to move from place to place, never able to put down roots or feel truly at home. The average house price is now over 10 times the average salary, an impossible gap to bridge for most. In London and the Southeast, the situation is even more extreme, with prices soaring far beyond what ordinary people can afford. Young people can't save for a deposit because rent eats up most of their income, and rent is high because the market is broken. It's a vicious cycle that keeps people trapped, unable to move forward. Renting isn't any better. Sky-high prices, fierce bidding wars, and zero security. Tenants are left feeling powerless, with little hope of stability or long-term comfort. No-fault evictions mean you can never truly settle. At any moment, you could be forced to leave, disrupting lives and tearing apart communities. The crisis traps young people at home well into adulthood, forces families into overcrowded spaces, and creates deep instability that affects every aspect of life, from education to mental health. A safe, affordable home is the foundation of a good life. When that foundation crumbles, so does society itself. Without secure housing, it's impossible to build a future or feel part of a community. The UK's failure to build enough homes and properly regulate renting is driving people away from the places they love and making it harder for communities to thrive. This isn't just an economic failure. It's a social catastrophe, affecting millions and threatening the very fabric of British society. Britain once promised that hard work could lead to a better life than your parents. That promise is now a distant memory. The ladder of opportunity has been pulled up. Young people face debt, precarious jobs, and no chance at home ownership without family wealth. The link between effort and reward is broken. Social mobility has collapsed. Your future depends more on your parents than ever. Talents are wasted, and society grows more divided. Young, ambitious people see no path forward, so they look abroad, where hard work still pays off. The exodus is a vote of no confidence in the UK's future. The NHS, once the pride of Britain, is now on life support. Underfunded, understaffed, overwhelmed waiting lists stretch into the millions. Getting a GP appointment is a lottery. Emergencies mean hours of waiting. NHS workers are heroes, but miracles can't fix a collapsing system. People suffer and die waiting for care. Trust in the state erodes. Those who can afford it turn to private healthcare, creating a two-tier system. The NHS's decline is a symbol of a country failing its people. If the government can't provide basic health care, what can it provide? For many, the state of the NHS is the final straw. They leave for countries where getting sick doesn't mean entering a lottery. Let's hop in a time machine to the 1990s. University was free, jobs were stable, and buying a home was possible. Life had a sense of progression. The future looked manageable. Fast forward to today, graduates leave university with £50,000 in debt. The job market is insecure, wages lag behind costs, and home ownership is a fantasy. Millennials and Gen Z face economic precarity, while baby boomers sit on property wealth. The rules changed halfway through the game, and young people are playing on hard mode. This isn't about blaming older generations. It's about recognizing the system has been dismantled. Wealth has shifted upward, risk downward, and intergenerational unfairness runs deep. Young people feel betrayed. The game is unwinnable. No wonder they're looking for a new game in another country. The UK is watching its talent, youth, and hope drain away. This isn't a blip. It's the result of years of political choices, stagnation, inequality, and crumbling services. Those leaving aren't traitors. They're making rational choices for their future. The warning signs are flashing red. A country that can't provide homes, jobs, or healthcare is in decline. But this doesn't have to be the end. The UK has strengths, creativity, diversity, resilience, but needs bold change. We need massive house building, real investment in public services, and secure, well-paid jobs. It's about restoring the social contract. Hard work pays off, everyone has a chance, and we look after each other. The choice is stark managed decline or a future worth staying for. The time for action is now. The departure lounge is getting crowded.